This episode is all about World War II German handguns, and we started here with the most influential one of them all. Now, not necessarily the most famous, that would be reserved for the Luger. But after World War II, the one that influenced post-war handgun design the most, P38. To take you through the nuances of the main German service handguns of World War II, I have my special guest, Ken Hackathorn. He and I are going to break it down, and I guarantee you're going to learn some things about these guns you never knew before. Hey, Keno.
Hey, LAV, how's it going today, dude?
Hey, brother.
Good to see you.
Good to see you out here. To highlight what we got going on here, guys, Ken and I put this segment together for you. We're looking at service handguns of the German military, the Wehrmacht, in World War II. Now, we both kind of put our brains together on this. We don't have any Walther PPKs or Mauser HSCs or any of the smaller guns. We're talking about 9mm service pistols that saw combat on the front line. And we both agreed on the 4 guns. Ken, let's give them a brief rundown.
Okay, and what we're really talking about is the pistols that were really used, kind of from where they came from in service pistol life. Most importantly, one of the points we want to cover is how they affected the future of service pistol development.
Correct. Now, the 4 guns, once again, P08 Luger.
P08 Luger.
The Luger is a toggle lock recoil operated semi-automatic pistol. The design was patented by Georg Luger in 1898 and produced by the German's arm manufacturer DWM starting in 1900. Although the Luger was first produced in 7.65 parabellum, it is notable for being the first pistol to chamber in 9mm parabellum, also known as the 9mm Luger. The Luger features a sleek, unique design and is made of the highest quality materials with superb manufacturing standards. Therein lies the downfall of the Luger because it was simply too expensive to produce and too ammo sensitive for a weapon intended for use on the battlefield. Classic World War I handgun carried over to World War II.
Bingo.
P38 Walther. The P38 is a semi-automatic 9mm parabellum service pistol developed in Nazi Germany and introduced into service in 1938. It features an 8-round detachable single-stack magazine, has a lock breech short recoil locking mechanism, however different from both the Luger, the High Power, and the Radom. The P38 weighs 1 pound 12 ounces, and although developed by Karl Walther, it was also manufactured by 2 other major manufacturers during World War II, Mauser and Spreework.
P38, which basically was designed to replace
the P08 Luger.
P08 Luger.
And then, interestingly enough, the Germans had widespread use of 2 captured handguns. First one, the Polish Radom. This pistol is known as the Viz, but more commonly referred to as the Radom by collectors. It was designed and made in Poland and is a 9mm parabellum, and it's single action and semi-automatic. The design was heavily influenced by Browning's 1911, considered by many to be one of the finest handguns ever produced, particularly in the World War II time frame. Its characteristic feature was a triangular grip frame, wider at the bottom, offering good ergonomics and a firm grip. It was adopted in 1935 as the standard handgun of the Polish Army. After the Polish defeat in 1939, the Germans took over the Radom armory and continued production of the Viz under the new name of 9mm Pistol 645P. Production continued up to 1945, and between 312,000 and 380,000 were produced and used by German paratroopers and police, as well as other members of the Wehrmacht.
They use it in large numbers. Very good pistol, and by the way, most of them were used primarily on the Eastern Front for obvious reasons.
Right.
But a superb pistol.
And then last but not least, the FN Browning High Power. The design for the Browning High Power was initiated by John Browning and then completed by engineers at FN in Belgium after his death. Browning High Power pistols were used in World War II by both Allied and Axis forces. After occupying Belgium in 1940, the German forces took over the FN plant and continued manufacture of the High Power. The name of the High Power alluded to the 13-round magazine capacity, almost twice that of pistols like the Luger. Standard High Power pistols are based on a single-action trigger design and, like many other Browning designs, operate on a short recoil principle, where the barrel and slide initially recoil together until the barrel is unlocked from the slide by a cam arrangement. The high power has two flaws. The standard trigger pull is heavy, especially for a single action pistol. This is partially due to the magazine safety in many models. However, the Nazis, while occupying the factory at FN, deleted this feature from their pistols. It also has a tendency to bite the web of the shooter's hand like early 1911 pistols. It's one of the most popular service handguns the world has ever known.
And again, a pistol that we can talk about in a little bit that had a tremendous effect on the future, actually went on to become one of the most popular service pistols on the planet. The Germans used them in actually not huge numbers. Favorite was some of the German specialty units. Good pistol, just, and again, used primarily on the Western Front.
Correct. Now, Ken's got some drills he's gonna run me through. We got some TAC-TV drills and we got some steel drills we're gonna run. Okay, Ken, what's the first drill you got in mind?
We're gonna use a drill. It's one of the classic phases of the German Wehrmacht pistol qualification. And by the way, tremendously affected by the Germans' input, if you will, from the 1936 Olympics held in Berlin. And this was part of the International Rapid Fire Qualification course. Quite honestly, very straightforward. We're going to use the P08 Luger, classic German pistol. Start at basically a 45-degree ready, magazine of 5 rounds in the gun. You will have 10 seconds to fire 5 rounds at the stylized Olympic silhouette target, which the German Army continued to use, at 25 meters. You do it twice, 1 magazine of 5, reload again, do it again, repeat it, and a total of 10 rounds, 100-point possible. Shot one-handed, classic fashion, and quite honestly, the Luger's not too bad trigger pull wise, but the sights
are going to be a
little bit of an issue here. Let's give it a run and see how you shake out.
Okay, before we do that, remember your history here. The reason we're using the Luger is real simple. It's 1936. It's prior to the start of World War II. The P38 has not been adopted yet, and the other 2 guns have not been captured yet. This is clearly still the standard German service handgun for the German military at that time. That's why the P08 Luger is going to be the weapon of choice for this drill.
You got
cool?
it.
All right. Ken, what's the drill?
5 shots, 10 seconds, pistol ready position, load it, make ready.
25 meters.
25 meters. Shooter is ready.
Ready.
Stand by. Did that in almost 9 seconds, Larry. Let's do it again.
Well, as we know, the sights are no bargain, my friend.
We'll talk about that. All right, and again, stand by. Half.
Okay.
All right, let's take the Luger, walk down, look and see what we got.
All right, brother. All right, Ken. Not quite as good as I'd have hoped.
Well,
got one out here a little bit.
Yeah, that one kind of hurts. But overall, considering that their concept was 70 and above, was an expert performance. So reality, you shot an 89.
Oh, yeah, one there too.
So you shot at basically an 87. You know what? That's a pretty good performance, particularly when you consider the sights on that pistol and at 25 meters. Those terrible sights and this black background target's not the easiest thing to shoot at.
Strong hand only.
Strong hand only. Right.
So you're right, combination, not too bad. Well, thanks for taking me and the Luger through the course of fire. Now you got some other stuff. Let's head back to the table and get her done.
Let's do it.
Hey, thanks for watching the Vickers Tactical YouTube channel. To subscribe, click here. And to watch some of my favorite videos, click here. Have a good one. LAV out.